we were in a really bad place in November. Like, I've really felt hopeless. And I knew, like, somewhere down the line, if we didn't address it, that it could lead to divorce or something, more serious.
I didn't think that anything would lead to divorce, except your mother, right? Except your mother.
That's not a small factor.
It was a hidden relationship from her mother for, I think, 6 years.
Why was it hidden?
Because she's a Christian. I'm also Christian. It was a non-negotiable that my partner had to be a Christian.
What was your
I was
affiliation?
pretty much atheist. I didn't meet the prerequisites right off the bat.
I was living with my mom. I had thought that once we got married and we were living together, things would improve between my mom and my husband, and that did not happen. It actually progressively became worse.
What was going on?
Every day I would be subjected to her saying something really negative, and at some point she just stopped acknowledging us altogether. She pretty much told me that she had thought he was like the devil. She told me she had seen like a vision, and that she believed.
A vision.
Yeah, she had seen a vision that he was a black blob representing a demon.
What did you say?
Headless.
Headless, oh no, bodiless, and being dragged around.
Rex, what do you tell me your version of what's going on?
We just try to conclude that it was because Joey was just living with her mom for over 30 years, and I'm just a new man in the house, and she's just not comfortable with that. But I didn't really feel affected by her mom.
How do you do that?
She doesn't really attack me at all. She really just goes behind me and yells everything at Joey in Korean.
I didn't know what to do, honestly. I had very complicated emotions of, could she be right? Maybe I am making the biggest mistake of my life, or maybe I have to sever my relationship with my mom to protect my marriage. And that's kind of what we did. In December, I've actively looked for places for her, and I found an apartment for her. And now it's been 4 months since we've been living apart.
Not talking.
Not talking since the end of January, so I haven't spoken to her. But I was so broken, like I'm so heartbroken that this is our situation. And that's when I knew, like, I'm not okay. Like, I'm still working through this. Like, 4 months is not enough time to detach all this codependency, deep-rooted, whatever I have with my mom. And I just don't want to accept that this is, like, my reality. But I don't know what else to do. And I also want to protect my marriage, too, because I chose this, and I don't regret it.
Tell me more about what's going on between the two of you.
Because she was so against him, when she said things that would make me wonder, like, why she doesn't like him, it's hard to not have some kind of doubt that crosses your mind, be like, maybe she's right, maybe I'm making the wrong choice. So there was a lot of that fear in my marriage.
Stop you for a second?
Absolutely.
How do you feel hearing that?
Again, unaffected.
You feel unaffected?
Yes.
By that?
Yes.
Any thoughts on that?
I always want him to communicate and express more of his emotions. And
But
so
there's one thing that has to do with communication, but Rex, you're saying you're unaffected. Joey's talking about how her mother inserts doubt into her.
Right.
And you're saying you're not affected by that. I'm just surprised.
I always worry he's repressing things, and at the moment he thinks he's unaffected, but later on it's gonna explode in some way. And
Does
then
it?
I know that whenever we get into arguments, it's almost like we're breaking up. So then I cave every single time. I cave.
You cave, and what
Like,
happens?
you're right, I'm sorry. It's always your way. It has to be your way. My opinions don't matter.
What are the two of you wanting to work on?
I'm raising a blank right now.
What's the blank?
As of right now, I don't think there are any issues that I'm really having.
There are no issues that you want to work on here.
Right. It's like blank for me right now. I don't need to bring up anything. I'm not angry about anything that's happened.
You often say, I don't feel angry. I don't feel upset. I don't feel. You list things you don't feel. It's almost like the strongest feeling you have is, I don't feel.
It's very easy for me to not feel.
I've always wanted a child. But as I got older, I didn't want children anymore because of my current situation with my mom, especially because she would remind me not to have children with him,
What would she say?
that the child would die.
Literally, your child will die?
Yes, I don't know if that's what she meant, but
But that's what she said.
correct.
That's a really intense thing to say.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of painful things, and
But it's terribly painful, but also what is going on in her mind.
I don't know. Like,
Do you have a reaction to this?
Like 90% of the things that come off her mouth are like biblical, Christian, like heavy Christian stuff. And that's where she gets all this death. She once told me that she just dropped on the floor and like basically rolled around crying and saying that like you're with him, like over my dead body. And we literally locked our bedroom door thinking she might come in and kill me.
A lot of themes of death. She will die, you're the devil, the baby will die. It's like really intense imagery.
right. I guess even the acknowledgement that someone else thinks that's like extreme is, I feel like I needed to hear that because, yeah, maybe we just get numbed and desensitized to just hearing it.
But it sounds like it scrambles your ability to connect to what you want.
Right.
What are you thinking?
I don't know. I like listening to Joey talk about her mother saying all those things. I just had like a flashback of how I would not want my child to grow up with how my dad treated me.
Yeah.
Like I didn't like those images of my father being always busy, and I'm thinking I'm always busy too. So,
You look so sad.
well, I'm more sad for Joey, not myself.
Of course.
Like, this is what I wanted. I just wanted to know how you feel about it. Like, we need to be honest with each other what we want. The more I know how you feel, the more my mom has less power over my decision. It's our decisions.
Let's not use the word decision and just talk about wants.
Okay. Wants.
Like, I want her, right? Body and all,
Oh, I was like, what?
right? But we just don't have any sex. So even bringing up having a baby is like
How's that even going to happen?
right. Even these days, just running my hand down her body, she would like flick it away every day, months, years.
Do you have any thoughts on this?
I don't know what happened, but I just couldn't. It's gotten to a point where it physically, like, actually, like, is very unpleasant. And it hurts. So I've felt so much fear around it now,
Yeah.
and I feel terrible, but I don't know how to fix that part yet.
Even without sex for years, I've still remained with Joey.
Yeah.
So that was like a big, not sacrifice that I made.
But
And
why
I'm still not,
wouldn't Joey want a sexual life herself?
right.
This is not just for you.
Mm.
I mean, both of you are sacrificing something. Why? Unless your mother is benefiting from this sacrifice somehow.
I don't think so. I guess not having a child in the way that she's getting what she wanted.
Ah, the child is sacrificed.
Yeah. I guess if I know I'm not having any of it, then I'm definitively not going to get pregnant in any way whatsoever.
I see. Really, the child is sacrificed for your mom. That's biblical.
Yeah.
We had a pretty intimate first 2 years, and then it just died. It just completely like got cut off.
What killed it?
Her belief in abstinence.
Well, we started off casually, so I was having fun too without thinking it was going to really go anywhere.
But why is casual sex or intimacy okay, and when you get serious, it's not?
It's not okay. It wasn't. But I think maybe I was rebelling then. I was probably angry and upset and going through a breakup. And just meeting him, I felt like it was like, oh, he's a bad boy. So I'm going to do bad things with the bad boy that I'm not going to marry.
And that's, you're suddenly allowing yourself some freedom internally.
Well, it only goes for a very short period of time where I can just let it go and just let my flesh just do whatever it wants. And then I'm hit with a whole bunch of shame and guilt and this mental torment later on.
But the struggle is with doing things or even wanting things?
Yeah, both. So it's not even just the act of doing it. It's just like,
Just any desires?
yeah, like for example, like masturbation. Like that, I feel the same way. So it's not
So
just
it's not just what you do with someone else, it's sexuality in general.
in general. But now there's nothing to feel guilty about. We're married and this is something we should be enjoying. But there is no like urge or like desire for me like wanting him unless I had to focus. And when I do focus and it actually happens, A, it hurt. And 2, he'd get disappointed because I couldn't finish or he couldn't finish.
So are the two of you operating in this case that the idea of sexuality is intercourse?
Yes.
Okay. Well, maybe.
Right? Yeah. Right.
Well, when couples meet this kind of impasse, they have to get a little creative and expansive about like how they define sexuality. What if you're aiming to just restore some sense of intimacy, physical intimacy between the two of you, not intercourse, coming, just intimacy and some basic pleasure? Intercourse off the table.
I'm all on board for it. I'm afraid he's going to push to the next, and then he's going to express disappointment. And
Okay, well, can you not do that?
Well, anything's better than not,
Exactly.
right?
Exactly. So many other things you can do.
I just don't know what it looks like.
I'm sure you can think of what it looks like.
We haven't really done our homework. It's kind of turned into like a game and not a fun game. Basically, every time I initiate a kiss now, she doesn't want the kiss.
I mean, I want to kiss. I do. I want to kiss like very passionately.
Do you kiss passionately?
We haven't had that kind of kiss for a very long time.
What's stopping you?
I don't think there's any kind of courtship happening anymore. You know, I had told him, like, oh, it'd be nice if you initiated some plans and things.
What do you think, Rex, in terms of what Joey's longing for?
I'm just questioning how that will even work, given the history of it. That I do something and she'd be like, that thing is like so mundane, that's like bottom of the barrel.
I don't do
Or
that anymore.
not anymore.
So then why are you bringing that up again?
Because it happened in the past. So like that would make me not want to do it again.
Yeah, but that's, again, all the repressed stuff that,
Am I not supposed to dig that up
no,
right now?
it's great that you're digging
Joey,
it up.
are you feeling remorseful about that?
I am, and then, but every
So you
time,
you can just say, you know what, I'm really sorry. Rather than get defensive about the past, look forward. It sounds to me like you're saying, I would
just
like
like
to try,
to-
but I need you to
Right.
respond differently.
I would try harder if you'd be nicer.
Nicer meaning,
I guess to not shoot down my efforts.
but when have I done that? After we got married.
oh wait, now you're going back.
Right. I feel like I've heard you and we addressed it and I
Right
apologized.
now,
and
I'm saying this is for the future. I'm saying I'm not initiating things because this happened in the past. If you shoot me down again, you're not giving me the credit that I feel like I'm due.
How do you feel hearing this, Joey?
like a threat. I don't.
You feel you're being threatened?
Yes, because he's basically is giving me a warning, like, if I'm gonna do these things, like, don't kick me down. And I'm like, well, of course I'm not gonna do that. It's not like I'm waiting to kick you down.
I have to say, I mean, it's interesting to me, you know, because in a way, and it happens here, you shoot Rex down when he's telling you what's bothering him, what's holding him back. And I can see that it's upsetting for you to hear that from him, probably from me too. Like there's some way that you must feel very misunderstood.
I feel so blindsided, like he's been storing it up. Can't wait to tell somebody, like, oh, how mean I've been. It's like, well, tell me to my face, like,
But
at
it's
the
hard
moment.
to tell you things.
Right, but I feel like he's making me the villain. I'm giving you suggestions on what could help me open up, which could also potentially make me softer. Even just asking me, like, hey, like, let's go out to dinner. I chose a place. Like, I feel like that's a very simple ask. There's
But
no,
if I understand, Rex is saying, but if he chooses a place and you shoot it down.
but I haven't done that.
But Joey, there have been examples that you talked about here in which you have shot Rex's ideas down. There might be kind of a blind spot there on your part.
I wasn't trying to dig up the past. I was just trying to get over that so that I could start initiating something for her.
And you're upset right now because you upset Joey?
Yeah, and then she took it the wrong way.
Where are you, Joey?
I want us to, like, think about how hard it was for us to get married and choose each other. And, you know, now we're together. Like, when we argue, like, we're not gonna get divorced, we're not gonna separate, we've gotta work through this. I think ultimately we just try to protect ourselves. And we talked a lot about having courage this week. Even in our faith, it reinforced that idea that he also has the courage to, you know, talk to me. There's gonna be days we just are gonna be opposed to each other, but fine, if I shoot you down, then say something. Hey, you're shooting me down right now. I don't want you talking to me like that. Like, talk back to me.
What do you think about this request of you to indeed be more courageous? And
I feel that might open up a new level of argument. Like it would take us somewhere else that we've never been to before.
maybe that's what you need as the next chapter.
Okay, wait.
How was it for the two of you to have this break?
Oh, it was good. It was really lovely.
It's good.
Yeah. Yeah, we had our 1-year wedding anniversary.
Right.
We hiked the Smoky Mountains.
Wow.
Yeah. And then
How was
Almost
the
died.
weather?
it was hot and it was
Hot.
raining when we
Hot and
first got
raining,
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was raining. Okay.
Oh, you
Yeah,
need more
it's-
space? Okay.
It's like, why you?
You had a good time.
Yes. Yeah. And then we encountered a bear.
What?
Yes. Pretty close. It was scary. And
What'd you do?
he tried yelling at it and it was still following us. And we just backed up away, trying not to run.
It was definitely an adventure.
How else are the two of you?
Do I want to say more?
Why do you not want to say more? Why embarrassed?
So there was a change, and we finally had sex.
Yay.
Why are you laughing?
Well, because it's funny to me that like you went along with it.
On vacation?
Yeah. And normally she wouldn't in a public setting.
But you said that was one of your kicks.
Yes.
We were just having such a wonderful time during the week. And I thought to myself, well, I did say I'm going to initiate more in some way. And we went to this beautiful spa where you soak in a tub in a private area. And it just felt like an appropriate time. And
But
then
can you say something about what made it possible for you?
even the bear encounter, he was actually, I felt like he was brave. He tried yelling at it and he had me stay back and went ahead and tried to, not that he was going to fight the bear, but, he wasn't running from it. He was trying to see whatever he could do about it. And I felt protected and I felt like, I could rely on him. And at home, I don't get to see more of that because I feel like I run a lot of the things that happen at home.
But that we've discovered is not so great for the two of you.
Right. But then, when we came back home, we got intimate again. And I was thinking to myself, has there been a breakthrough? Is this something that's constant?
Do you have any thoughts on this, Rex?
I don't know if it's just the natural high of the week, because the day we came back was our actual wedding anniversary. So that still plays into why we got intimate the night of. Anyone would still be worried, would it go back to how it was because there's no bear chasing after us with me with a walking stick and a pepper spray in one hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, but even when he came back, it was the ride of the momentum of the week, but he also cooked for me that night. That probably had something to do. It did something.
But it sounds like we know what that something is. You're taking more initiative and you're making room. And then being courageous as far as overcoming your inhibitions.
It also helped that we started praying for each other at night.
Praying for each other.
So we would just face each other in bed, hold hands, and close our eyes and take turns.
It's the first time in the day I get to hear what's in his heart and what he's thinking about today and he hopes for in the future.
We made it a year, and I love you very much. And I don't really say that in public.
Sounds like you're getting better at it.
We just got back from Vegas.
Right.
I was anticipating it to be just as amazing as our trip to Tennessee, but we were so tired. And then we kind of got into like a mini argument. He kept saying he wanted to watch a video that I took of him from earlier in the day.
Busting my ass.
Yeah, it was just a funny video, but he wanted to watch it at that particular time. And I was like, can we watch it later? Like, we're having dinner in this nice, like, romantic environment. It's like, I feel very uncomfortable.
I still try to bring up the point that it was something I wanted to do, right? I thought it'd be funny. It would lighten the mood. And I told her, like, even if it's the wrong thing to do, you still never try doing it my way to at least have me fail. Yeah.
I think I just had like a little bit of a epiphany because my biggest issue with my mom was I wanted to make my own mistakes and I wanted to just do it my way, even if it's the more dangerous way or whatever the alternative is. And it's like I'm almost repeating whatever she has instilled in me
Right.
that I really hated about our relationship.
That's important.
We were in a really bad place in November. Like, I really felt hopeless. And I knew, like, somewhere down the line, if we didn't address it, that it could lead to divorce or something, more serious.
I didn't think that anything would lead to divorce, except your mother, right? Except your mother.
That's not a small factor.
I constantly feel like from watching like movies and stuff, like the guy would make everything better. The guy would find a way to bring the mom back and fix everything.
Oh, wow.
That sounds like a big burden.
Responsibility. First the bear,
Right.
and then mom.
Right.
Like going there, showing up. Mom's like, what the heck? Like, and then just try and try for months. Just keep showing up. Maybe pissing her off even more.
Like, get the police call on you.
Yeah, whatever needs to be done, and that it will eventually she'll come around. Fictional.
Heroic.
Fictional.
I've never, like, seen him talk so much and be, well, yeah, I mean, that's, like, huge progress to just hear him talk about his feelings. And
But you too, you're full of ideas and thoughts and questions and
yeah, I guess so. I mean, to me, hitting the 1-year milestone was a huge step for us, and just making it to a year and still feeling like this was the best decision I've made without regrets.